Okay, hello, thank you for coming back. Another walk and talk. These weeks been going by really fast, and this whole cold weather thing is getting old quick here in Michigan. So, I don't know, my mind's been kind of stuck. I'm trying to figure out both why I'm doing these videos and it's for community, and that leads me to Discord. I'm doing these videos because it's been really nice hearing that these inspire you and you like to see what's going on and just to start the conversation. So at Discord there's a little more conversation going on. There'll be a link down below if you'd like to join in and check out what's going on there. Videos, songs, and tips being shared back and forth. I'd also like to get into doing some chats on there using the voice features of the chat rooms there. That'd be a lot of fun. And I'd also like to do live videos on YouTube. So I'll probably be starting to do those on maybe a Saturday afternoon, or I could also maybe do a Tuesday night. I was thinking would be really nice. Really nice. But thank you for being here. If you could, drop a comment saying why you're here, what you'd like to see, what you're doing yourself. I'd love to hear what you're doing. If you don't go to Discord, drop it here. That's fine too. Like and share with your friends. Let us know what's going on. Really good group of people so far joining up, and some really cool music being made. So what I want to work on today, transitioning, the Octatrack is still in the setup here, being controlled by the Pulsar still through the Korg monologue. So first off, I'm going to connect the Korg clock. So this is going out to the Korg monologue. I'm going to connect that to the clock of the Pulsar. So now the Octatrack is clocked. It's about 109 BPM there, 109.5 BPM from the Pulsar. Very, very fine tuning on the clock. You can go from 105 to 122 there in just a blip. So yeah, I was thinking a knob like one of these skinny knobs on the Octatrack, a real skinny knob right there that doesn't have edges, something that you can clip like this, maybe would be a good switch. So that might be in my future. Yeah, none of this is really practical. It's a lot more fun for a lot of people to go Octatrack controlling Pulsar because everything's going to be in time. The sequencer won't blip out on you every once in a while, and yada yada. So I'm just doing that for today. This isn't going to be a big part of the story. The big part of the story is going to be the bass channel being controlled by the Octatrack MIDI, which I have an arpeggiator sending 4 notes, F sharp 3, A3, B4, and D4. So since I have this all connected clockwise, you have to connect it first before you start the Octatrack, because, pardon me a moment, I'm going to reset the Octatrack because I have some things in there saved from a previous session just a second ago. This is take 2. Love talking to you all, but I want to make it right. So okay, here we go. Everything's set up there, clocking in at 122.7 according to the Octatrack. So now what I'm trying to bring up here is just a little background noise, and to show you what the arpeggio sounds like, I've got this here. So, okay, I have that going, and I also, to do the key tracking, which I've been messing with as well, you bring up the keyboard that you are playing on, you hold the learn button here, and play the keyboard that is happening there. The keyboard that you're using that's happening there. That's how I describe things. The keyboard that is connected to the bass module. So, I have that going. I want to connect the key track to the filter, brighten it up a little bit. Of course, you could argue, well, why don't you just do this? This moves with it. I don't know if you're unfamiliar with key tracking. It sends what I'm assuming is it sends a CV out that corresponds with the note, and as the note goes higher in pitch, the CV is higher as well. That's what I'm assuming, because when I send like the bass to delay, and then I want to connect key tracking to maybe, let's say, clock mod then. it's doing something. And I'm assuming that's kind of fun. But as you can see, the times are changing. The times they are changing. The delay. Let's see if you can see anything with the LFO. See, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know if maybe I'd be able to see a change in there. I have not tested that. I don't know why I did that. Just plug and play. That's what this is all about. Anyway, so I can send the bass out through stereo to my Octatrack, to A and B. And I'm going to capture that into one of the tracks. And then I'm going to take the bass, connect it to the Sheas, and try to tune that up to the arpeggio of this. So basically I'm taking the same module, so I have a kick and a hi-hat and a snare thrown in here too. But what I want to do is take the bass module, record this, and then loop it, layer it with the Sheas bass to get a little more abstract, weird improv feel to it. So I've got the set in stone stuff, and now I have the improv coming in from the Sheas. So what I'm doing right now is sending the bass to VCA 1 and 2, that's what I'm calling them right now, and I'm sending them, I'm going backwards here, I'm sending the bass to VCA 1 and 2 in, and then the outs of VCA, we'll call it 2, is going to channel 2, which is the right channel in the Octatrack, and VCA 1 is... I've done all this in previous videos, so if you want to go back and check out my explanations of these, it makes a lot more sense because I'm building off of this. Right now I just am using this as a way to get to where I want to show you. So I'm going to use the Sheas here first to CV the VCAs. So I'm going to clock the Sheas with 8, and then I'm going to CV them. The right channel is going to be CV'd by the 3-bit, and then the left channel is going to be CV'd by the 2-bit. Now what I feel this does is it moves the audio image around in your head. I'll show you, but I think it's kind of cool. I don't know. I like how it moves around. It's not a pendulum, so it's kind of unpredictable. And it feels like it's going, the panning isn't static. It feels very organic, feels like it's jumping around a lot. Another idea that I had for this was that I could send the 2-bit and 3-bit to the CV of the bass, and then I could pan it using the 2-bit and 3-bit so that when it is on the right side, the notes that you are hearing are coming from the 3-bit, and when it is on the left side, the notes that you are hearing are from the 2-bit. And that would be a way to understand how to tune it if you're having a hard time tuning with the Sheas. So that was just another idea that I had, and I thought that'd be an interesting way to see that. Maybe I can test that out later in the video, but I don't think I'll have much time. So here's what I got going on. I'm going to throw in, so I have the arpeggiated bass, and I also have an arpeggiator on the snare drum. But what that does is it creates, I always forget the word, I want to call it rolls, but it creates ratchets. So you have to have the length up. Usually I like the length really short being sent because I don't want the sound, I want it to be more of a tick than it's. So usually I like it like that, but I'm going to bring it up a little bit. And that allows me to use the arpeggiator. So I am sending, the mode doesn't matter if it's going up, down, shuffle, or cycle. but the speed does, so I can bring it down, and now it's more of a ratchet. And then you can bring it up one, it's a little bit less, and then you can get it a little more just kind of bouncy. And so that's just another way to get some ratchets in kind of on the fly, and that is also, you could also program that per step. So that's kind of cool too. And that can also be controlled by an LFO also. Speaking of LFOs, with the hi-hat, I have just slide your finger down it, I have every trig going, but I have an LFO. I have an LFO on the velocity. So I have a square LFO on the velocity that is basically just going up and down, but then I have another LFO that is messing with the depth of the first LFO, so it's going, so that makes sure that the first LFO is going up and down at different, so it's always moving, and so that gives it a little variation. So I hope this makes sense. I hope I'm not getting drowned out by music, and I hope it sounds alright. So here we go. What I can do now, I can record the bass into one of these tracks. Turn the volume down on the track until it's recorded. I'm going to bring the volume up on this pan version, and that's what I'm going to record, is the pan version here. So I got the track recording now. Cool. And I have this track set to an octave higher than the arpeggio playing right now. So I'm going to bring that up and just see where we're at with that. Why not? And now I'm going to record it one more time into this other track. Now both of these tracks could be sharing the same recorder buffer, but for the sake of this, I have them recording on their own record buffer so that they can be different if I want them to be different. Right now they're the same. I'm going to drop, but I can drop this one down an octave. So this is what I have right now in the Octatrack. And I can bring that back up to a pitch. Awesome. Cool. Fun. Bring the volume back up on the drums. And I have the key tracking being sent to the filter. Let's try key tracking being sent to maybe the warp or the shape. And bring that back up. I forgot. I just want to see what that. Alright, that's on the warp. So maybe I'll record that, because it sounds a little different. So I'll just record that just to get a little bit of something else in there. And then I want to move on to use the Chaos to control the bass. But before that, let's run the... So let me talk about it a little bit. So I have this little quadrant here that is A, B, C, D in the Octatrack. So I have the bass going to A and B. Now I'm going to send the kick out to C. So I can bring that kick up a little bit, and that'll give me a little more grounding. And then that's how I view it, grounding. It just kind of lets me know where the hell I'm at. And then I have the lyra here that can go into the D channel here. I feel like there's something new here with the key tracking. And what I'm trying to do is I just want to document what I'm working on, you know, and I want you to be a part of that, and I would like to see what you're doing too, so that we can build off of each other's stuff and maybe learn a little more exponentially. Anyway, that's basically all I wanted to show you today. Kind of short. I'm not sure if that was beneficial or whatever. I don't know if I was blocking the pulsar the whole time. If you have any questions about my patches, let me know. I would love to answer them for you. With the key tracking, you could also, just a little side note, you can run the key tracking through the inverter as well and get some inverted key tracking, which is kind of cool. Yeah, so I'm just gonna play a little bit and just, yeah, this was basically about arpeggiator, record that, loop it, and now I'm going to run the bass through the Shayas and see if I can tune it up. It might sound like crap as I play out, but that's what I wanted to do there, and keep it real. Let me know what's going on. Yep, that's where I'm at. I want to play live. If you want to collaborate, let me know. Let's play live. Let's do something. I need to put myself out there a little more. Let's do it. Let's put ourselves out there. Everybody put yourself out there. I want to see what you're doing. Have a great week. Thank you for being here. Hey, what's going on? So I just thought, since I ran a little short this week on my time I wanted to do, I will show you what I'm doing here, what I'm sitting at every day, because I'm so zoomed in on the Pulsar that you can't really see. So I got my Lyra, Octatrack, Pulsar, then I have this Korg monologue that I cut the keys off, and it looks like a poor stump, but it works really well to send the clock that I'm doing, and it also sounds really cool. I've gotten some really cool sounds out of this, and I would like to run this sound through the Pulsar into the Octatrack and sample it up a bit too. Got my Pulsar Octatrack Lyra 8 live book thing, my little diary that is almost full, but I have a backup one. I got these at Walmart for really cheap. Looks like a moleskin, feels like a moleskin, and it was like $6. It's bright pink, that's probably why it's cheap. And then I have my pedals over here, tuner, EQ, I got the pitchfork, and then I have the dig delay, which is a really cool dual delay. Then I'm working with the Ditto looper, the Charlie Brown, or whatever this one's called, the JHS Dirty I think that's what it's called. And that's a nice distortion. I've had that for years. Knocking stuff over. My little Squire Telecaster that I've reset up, put a bone nut in it, and a vintage broadcaster pickups in there, some new wiring and stuff, and it sounds really good for a Squire. It played really nice, so that's why I've just stuck with a Squire. I picked it up in the store, started playing with it, said I wanted to buy it, and the guy brings out some Squire from the back that's in a box. I'm like, no, I want this exact one because it plays so well, and yeah, just kind of upgraded it with its stuff. Still has the original tuners on it, which I should probably, haven't failed me. Yeah, using the Atos from Walrus Effects for the power supply. And what I really like about having all my pedals over here is that I can basically kind of pick and choose what I want to play with and run things through. And I have two options for that. I have the mixer going into the Pulsar, which I could be running different things through that as well, which I have my guitar, my voice, my voice mic that I run into the Octatrack, and I have What else am I running into there? Oh, just the tuner out. So if I run the tuner, run something through the tuner, then the out can go into the mixer too, so it could all be kind of a big circle. Yeah, it's kind of just build as you go type stuff, which has made it really difficult every week to figure out what to talk to y'all about, because this is a journey that I think is going to take forever. I think I'm always going to be doing this, and basically I just need to work on my production skills too, and that's kind of what this is starting. I know I'm pretty slapstick, but yeah, eventually I would like to start making more music, putting it out there, collaborating with people that would like to make music with me. Let's see, I got tapes. Oops, bumping that mic. Tapes over here. There we go. That's fun. Tape player. Got one there and one here, and then I have one upstairs. I have a few tape players. This one's really cheap, little RCA I got. It's got a radio in it too, so it's kind of cool. Yep, Lion King tape. The tape of the Lion King, just because I like to listen to that to fall asleep. Got this really cool Disney plate for cheap, Magic Kingdom bowl. That is now my pick bowl. Let's see. Yeah, I just wanted to kind of give you a visual of what it is. It's a very simple setup and white walls. Got a Labyrinth comic book set here. That's about it. So, yeah, just wanted to supplement this video and kind of show you what I'm up to. What I see when I'm looking at my stuff. I got this H4 too for 50 bucks. I was pretty stoked about that. It didn't have that on it, but H4, 50 bucks. Facebook Marketplace. You can find some gems in a small town. It's pretty cool. Anyway, take care. Hope to talk to you. Leave a comment. I'd love to hear what you have to say. Good or bad, whatever it is, just let's talk. Have a good week.